Hey guys, we're in my kitchen again, and today we're going to look at making bone broth. This is super healthy and really good for if you're trying to heal from virtually any kind of sickness. You might remember back in the old days when we were sick, our mums used to give us chicken soup. There's a reason for it. Basically, bone broth contains the basic chain of amino acids, so there's nothing really for the body to work hard on digesting, and at the same time it gets lots of nutrition and everything it needs, because your immune system is housed in your gut. So when you heal it, when you look after it, when you give it stuff that makes it happy, your immune system is happy, and that's why chicken soup helps us when we get sick. So here goes. So I've got 2 kilos of beef marrow bones. They're organic, grass-fed beef marrow bones. So I'm going to put them in the sink with some vinegar and wash them. So here we've got a bowl with white vinegar in it. So we've just added a little bit of cold water to the vinegar, and we're going to make sure each bone gets washed. So you may have heard people say that you shouldn't wash bones like meat in the sink, and I personally think it's absolute nonsense. Obviously you don't want to wash it under running water so that it splashes everywhere, because that's not safe and hygienic, and you want to keep like all your dishes and other things away from the area where you're washing it. And when you're finished, you want to clean the area thoroughly with bleach, or I use white vinegar, which if you spray everywhere and then you leave it for a few minutes, it'll be fine. So now we're just putting the bones into the tray. As you can see, we've got 3 smallish carrots. Okay guys, so this is ready, and now we're going to place this in the oven at 200 degrees for 1 hour. So now that's done, we're going to move on to the chicken broth. Normally you would use a whole organic free-range grass-fed chicken. We actually use carcasses. So these are the carcasses we use. So we use 3 carcasses because obviously there's not as much meat on these, and you need the meat to help with making the bone broth. So I'm going to put it in the same vinegar that I had earlier. I'm going to wash it thoroughly, give it a rinse, and then we're going to put it into the pot, into the stock pot. The chicken doesn't go in the oven, so it goes straight into the stock pot. See you in a minute. So the chicken's been washed. I've just washed my hands, and then we're going to put the chicken into the stock pot. Right guys, so this is the stock pot that we're going to be using. This is a 12-litre stock pot. I've got 6 litres of water in there. What we're going to do, we're going to add the chicken into the pot and make sure the water covers the chicken. So the chicken's in the stock pot, and it's not quite covering. As you can see, the chicken is sticking out just a little bit. So I'm going to add another litre of water in there, and that should be enough. So I actually added 2 more litres of water in there, and it looks perfect. Now we're going to add some apple cider vinegar. You want to get apple cider vinegar with the mother, organic. The less chemicals you put in, the easier it's going to be for your body to heal, right? So we're going to use half a cup of organic apple cider vinegar with the mother. Now we're just going to leave that for half an hour. And what the apple cider vinegar does is it draws out all the minerals from the bones, so that when you start cooking it after half an hour, you have much more good content in your bone broth. So here are our lovely roasted bones. We're going to take them out of the pot and put them out of the roasting tray, and put them into the stock pot here. There's 4 litres of water in there, so we'll have a look after we've put the bones. So we're also going to add half a cup of apple cider vinegar to this stock pot. And now we're going to deglaze the roasting dish. Everything that was in there is in the stock pot. We're going to put all the fat that came off the bones into the stock pot, and we're going to take everything, deglaze it with a little bit of water. Just pour the fat in. And now we're going to put a little bit of water into this and turn the fire on really low. Well, medium high, I think, not low. So you need just enough water to cover the base of the roasting pan and not too much so that when you're scraping it doesn't splash. So you can go at it with anything that's flat edged and rigid. Obviously if it's non-stick, use something that's not going to scratch it. And you just want to scrape off anything that's left in the bottom of the pan. It's all flavour. So now that's done, we're going to leave the bones in the pot for half an hour like we did before to let the bones soak in the vinegar. So now this has been soaking for half an hour, we're going to put it on the very lowest fire it can go. It's on a tiny ring, only about this big, you never want it to boil, you're just going to keep it on. So we're going to put it on for 12 hours and let it slow cook, and then we're going to add some other ingredients which I'll show you tomorrow. See you then!